are gods, we are kings. We march in faith cause we believe we can change the world to what it needs. Stand against our enemies cause we can. Yeah, can't nothing ever stop us. Take one and another will rise up. We'll endure until we reach the end. We are gods, we are kings, demanding change cause we believe we can.
So why are you brothers out there saying that the Latinos are not Israelites?
They're crazy as hell. And I'm going to tell you this right here. We talked a lot about our people dying and they coming over here. Well, and what was the main disease that killed our people? Do y'all know what the main disease is that killed our people? Small. Look up the definition of disease. Let's get the definition of disease. I don't know. Maybe I didn't frame it right, Cap. Let's get the definition. Hey, pull up the definition of disease. They said smallpox. Let's see. You on to something. Say disease definition. Let's look that up. Hey, who in there? Hurry up, brother. Because the idea is that you got to get a full understanding, a full grasp of these curses, man, to understand exactly what this Bible is talking about. When it say he going to bring upon you pestilence and disease and things that's not written in this book. I'm going to tell you who we talking about. Watch this. Pull that up.
Disease, Google definition.
No, go down. Hit translator, more definitions. Go up. All right, read that second stanza.
A particular quality, habit, or disposition regarded as adversely affecting a person or group of people.
So what's the real thing that has a particular quality, habit, disposition that adversely affects our people? That's called a disease. Does that help a little bit? Who you got?
Give him the mic.
Give him the mic.
Give him the mic. I want to see if he got it. Because it says this disease is adversely affecting a people or a group of people.
Shalom, Most High in Christ, blessed brother Keaton. 1 John 3 and 4. Sin.
What is that?
Sin.
Sin is a disease, but we want something more specific. We thought you had it.
We thought you had it.
Job got it. He smiled.
Job looked like he got it.
Yeah, I know he got it. What's the real disease?
I'm thinking Christianity.
Christianity.
That's an effect of it. When it says a particular quality, habit, or disposition regarded adversely affecting a person or a group of people, Christianity is an effect of this disease.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Christianity is an effect. It's a side effect of this disease.
One of y'all sisters got it? Yep, she got it.
I bet you our sister got it right here. She got it. She's smiling.
I think. Esau.
Esau's a goddamn disease.
Esau.
Ding, 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 ding.
That man is the devil, man.
They got him in cahoot again.
That's the disease he's speaking of.
He's speaking of Esau. Esau is the devil,
is that
man.
disease.
The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. That's what the scriptures say, man. So when you think about all these things being brought upon our people, it comes from Esau, man. Esau is the true disease, man. He's the true disease, man. My bad. Go ahead,
That's why the scriptures say that they got to go. That's exactly why the scriptures say in Obadiah that they have to go, and then that there'll be a refreshing in the earth afterwards. Give me Deuteronomy 28:65 real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
You see that? And among these nations, once they overcome you, ye shall find no ease. But what will you find? Dis-ease. You see that? You'll find dis-ease. You'll find destruction. You'll find terror. They're going to be murdering you. They're going to change your name, your history, your nationality. They're going to give you a new doctrine, a new understanding of your history book. All of that is dis-ease. Among these nations, you'll find no ease. Neither shall the sole of your foot find rest. You see that? Go ahead, officer.
I know. Give me the conquest, page 232 and 233. I want to pull this out because I made a statement earlier that Esau just don't like to take a bath. They smell. It's so true. Even they were saying in the 13 tribes that 13 tribes book that they didn't
disintegrate off their body.
They didn't change their clothes until it disintegrated. And it was saying that she devil that sent Christopher Columbus, the queen, so-called Queen Isabella, they said that in her lifetime she only took one bath. One bath in her lifetime. That is sick as hell. That's why. So give me that. Did you get it? Conquest, page 232. Page 232, right. Blow it up a little bit. There you go.
This is page 232?
Yes, the highlight.
Page 232. What the Mexica thought of
Mexica.
Oh, excuse me. What the Mexica thought of the Castellanians.
Those are the Spaniards.
Is impossible to know. But as well as feeling admiration, interest, and fear, they could hardly have avoided noticing that. For most Castilians,
Spaniards,
a bath was a rarity.
Meaning they didn't like I think they had a battle. They had a fear of touching water or something. Read.
The Mexica were always washing in water obtained through the aqueduct or in the lake, and would often go to the popular baths in the numerous stone steam houses, where birching with grasses or massage was also available. They would wash their hair in them with soap made from the pulp of avocado, the fruit of the soap tree, or the roots of the
Saponaria
Americana. The Mexica would have seemed to the Spaniards as conscious of the need for, is that what the last word is? Need for baths as had been the Moors.
No, you skipped.
Yeah, what's the last word over here? I can't see.
The Mexica would have seemed to the Spaniards as conscious of the need for baths as had been the Moors. So now here the writer here is comparing the Mexicas, which is the Aztecs, Issachar, comparing them to the Moors, because the Moors had that custom of taking baths regularly. So they said, no, these people here, they're comparing, they're like the Moors. Because why? Because in Spain, you know how the Spanish over there got rid of the Moors. So now he's comparing them. So
because the Moors was ruling over there in Spain, so they had frequent interaction with them, so they were familiar with their customs and their quality as a people, right? So when they come over here to the Americas and they examine the Mexicas and all that, they're saying, oh, these people are just like the Moors, right? They're just like the Moors,
part, yeah.
right?
Right. So the Moors is just black. That's what it means, black. So they're comparing Issachar to the Moors, to the blacks. Read the next.
The bottom part?
Yeah, it's already highlighted there, is it?
Oh, okay, they put it back up.
The
The conquistadors, on the other hand, probably smelled strongly.
See? They smell like a damn pig, like a damn wet dog. That's what they smelled like. because they didn't like to take a bath. Go to the other page. To the other page. There you go. Blow it up a little bit.
Of one further element, both similar to and contrasting with what they knew in Europe. The conquistadors must have been especially aware. Those who first wrote of what they saw, including Cortez, described the distinctive pyramidical temples of the Mexica as mosques.
Mesquitas. So now they realize that these people they were making these temples, pyramidical temples that were dedicated to their gods, or they used to bury their relatives. Where can we find that? Where can we find that we build the temples? Where can we find that? Who brother can give me that?
Precept that we build pyramidical temples, man. Who got the precept?
Who got the precept? Who got the
precept? Nobody here got it?
That we build the pyramids.
That Israelites built pyramids. I got to make it plain. Job, you got the precept?
Give it to me. So that's the same way. So if they're building over here pyramids in the Americas, North, South, Central America. So that's telling you, that's giving you a clue right there who are these people are. So give me that
I
precept.
believe it's 1 Ezra 13, verse 20. Wow.
Who got it?
Oh man, if this young man show y'all brothers out, but give it to the young man in the back. He only like 12.
Shalom. First Maccabees 13.
What's your name, sir?
Brother Armand.
House of who?
Officer Alon.
Okay.
First Maccabees 13 and 28.
Okay.
There you go.
Alon
Get
might
it.
be on
Go
to
get it.
something.
You're on point. Yeah, he got it. He got it.
Read that.
Yeah. So it tells you that as you can see, the ruins are still there. You can go to Chichen Itza. You can go to Tenochtitlan. You can go to all these ancient sites where the pyramids are still standing. Read.
First Maccabees chapter 13, verse 28. Moreover, he set up 7 pyramids, one against another, for his father and his mother and his 4 brethren.
So see, that shows you there that the Israelites, we built the pyramids.
We built pyramids. And so, it's a crazy history because, like, even in Americas, right, they got pyramids in North America, down Mississippi River. You go down south, there's pyramids that was built by the indigenous people before the so-called Europeans arrived and colonized this place, right? Go down to South America, pyramids all through that place. They call them temples, but when you go and you look at the dynamics of how they're built similarly to the pyramids that you find in Egypt. That's why they say pyramidical temples, because they call them temples, but they're built in the same fashion as pyramids. So when you go and you analyze that history, it's like, well, who taught them how to build pyramids? Where did they get that knowledge? That's the knowledge that they brought with them from Egypt, right? Because we are the ones that built pyramids there. Understand that. Get that in
I haven't finished yet, officer.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, bring me that. Don't leave from that page. We haven't finished the highlighted part. Because the Spaniards are making a distinction between the Aztecs, the Mexicas, and the Moors. And here he makes another that compares. Keep on reading.
Those who first wrote of what they saw, including Cortez, described the distinctive pyramidical temples of the Mexica as mosques. Mezquitas, and compared the Mexican custom to that of the Moors.
So the Mexica, the Aztecs, their costumes were the same as the Moors. So now what is that telling you? We're the same people. We are the same people. That's why when you look at me, have you seen that picture of that Olmec wrestler? That regeneration of myself way back 1,500 years before Christ. So you see that picture, you see me right there. Yeah, that's right. If you can get it, I think it's in the Slack. It's right there. The regeneration, that's the Olmec wrestler. That's what I'm saying. So, and as a matter of fact, I did wrestle in high school. So, the little bit that I had that I went to high school, because I didn't go all the way. I didn't finish high school. So the little bit that I went to high school, I wrestled in high school. So that's a regeneration, right? So that's it.
Yeah, I was gonna go there just to prove that we build pyramids further on that thought, but we could stray away from that because I know Cap, he wants us to keep tight on the time. So Cap, where we at with the time? All right, so we're gonna continue in that, and the thought is. The thought is go to Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68 because this is the thought by now. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. Those of you that's been following along, paying attention, I pray you this class is edifying for you. There should be no doubt in your mind that Israelites are indigenous to the regions of South America, all right, and North America. The people they call Cuban, the people they call Hispanic, right? We talk about the Mayans and the Incas and all that. The Mayans and the Guatemalans and the Panamanians. Those is your Zebulons, right? Understand that. Those is your Nephthalis. Those is your Manassas. Those is your Ephraims, right? Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The Lord shall bring you back into captivity.
Again. With ships.
And it's crazy because at first you bring this out, especially you bring this out to a Southern Kingdom brother, a dark skinned brother. He like, yeah, ships. I remember that. But Northern Kingdom, y'all have no recollection of going. They like, don't bring that out on the street. Northern Kingdom can't relate. Man, y'all could relate. Y'all was the first ones going on slave ships. The only reason why they came and got the rest of your brothers and sisters because y'all started dwindling down. So they went and found some more of y'all over on the coast of Africa, which is the Southern Kingdom tribes, right? Go ahead.
Again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Meaning we'll never see Jerusalem. We won't see our homeland again. We won't see Jerusalem. Go ahead.
And there,
when you get off those ships or wherever you are taken,
ye shall be sold.
So we went through biblical references. We went through secular references. We went through articles. We went through websites that historians have documented history on our struggles and our trials that let you know that this is not just talking about Judah here, brothers. This is talking about all of Israel. And that's a point that I want to drive home. When they talk about slave ships and it say, and there you shall be what?
And there. Ye shall be sold.
That's talking about Ephraim. That's talking about Manasseh. That's talking about Zebulun. That's talking about Judah, Benjamin, Levi. That's talking about Issachar. That's talking about all 12 tribes. That's not just talking about Judah. Understand, we are the Israelites. Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemy.
And that enemy who is a disease is the white man. Understand that he is the white man. And so you got to understand the reason why these things is happening to us. It's the same reason that it happened to us from the beginning. From the beginning, we read in the book of 2 Kings 17, I think it was around verse 12 or verse 23, that we were taken away into captivity because we did not keep the Lord's statutes and commandments. So understand what we must do now. You got something?
Yeah, let me get the last reference to what that I want to bring out. De las Casas, page 59. Bring it out because we're talking about the kingdom of Yucatan. This is where they found that ship, right?
Yeah, Yucatan.
In Yucatan. So in De las Casas, he is writing about the kingdom of Yucatan, where before that one, where it says this tyrant.
That's it.
This tyrant, right?
That's it.
What page is it, sir?
59.
59. Mm-hmm. This tyrant with 300 men began to make war with these innocent people, living peaceably at home and doing injury to none, which was the ruin of a great number of them. Now, because this region affords no gold, and if it did, the inhabitants would soon have wrought away their lives by hard working in the mines, that so he might accumulate gold by their bodies and souls, for which Jesus was sacrificed.
Yeah, for us only. That's right. He's right about that. Right?
For which Jesus was sacrificed.
For the generality, he made slaves of those whose lives he spared, and sent away such ships as were driven by the wind of report, loaded with them, exchanging them for wine, oil, vinegar, salt, pork, garments, pack horses, and other commodities.
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 So take me to the next page and give me Joel 3:3, because this is a prophecy. So if they enslaved us, if they exchanged us for wine, oil, vinegar, salt, pork, garments, pack horses, and other commodities, that is what the scripture is saying in Joel 3:3. Give me Joel 3:3 before you start reading that over there.
Joel chapter 3, verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people.
Who? The Israelites. We are God's people.
And have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
So that's what they did to us. That's what the prophecy says. And that's what they were doing with us. So now read the other part.
Proposed to them the choice of 50 virgins, and she that was the fairest or best complexioned, he bartered for a small cask of wine, oil, vinegar, or some inconsiderable quantity of salt, pork. The same exchange he preferred of 200 or 300 well-disposed young boys, and one of them who had the mind or presence of a prince's son was given up to them for a cheese, and 100 more for a horse.
So see, that's what they did.
For
That's
horses
what
and
they
some
did.
cheese. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's what they did.
So now we realize, now we're bringing out that Northern Kingdom is Israel. The Northern Kingdom, the so-called Mexicans, the Salvadoranians, the Guatemalans, the Hondurans, the Nicaraguans, the Cubans, the Puerto Ricans, you name it. We are part of the 12 tribes.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And nobody ever tell you, because that brother over there and that brother over there in the back, they're not black enough. Because they're not black enough, they're not Israelites, because only the Israelites were black.
Right.
That's what I encountered in the street with some brothers. Because you guys aren't black. You guys are Esau.
Right. Get that in Jeremiah 12:9.
That's right. No, Speckled bird.
I'm gonna get both of them.
Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
You know what a speckled bird is? A speckled bird is many shades and many colors, right? Because over our times in captivity, we've been scattered over a multitude of lands, and we were mixed down with a multitude of peoples. So you got to understand that the scriptures say, mine heritage is, who is God's heritage? Israel. Get the precept for heritage.
Yes, sir.
Get the precept for heritage. I think it's is it back in Joel?
It's
Joel
Joel
3 and 2?
Yeah, it's Joel 3 and 2.
3 and 2? 3 and 3?
Yeah.
Read that real quick.
Joel chapter 3, verse 2. I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel.
You see that? God's heritage is Israel. God's heritage is Israel. Go back.
Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9. Mine heritage is unto me as a speckled bird.
The Israelites are unto God as a speckled bird, meaning many shades and many colors. This is not about color. It has everything to do with race, though, right? You got to understand about who God is talking to in the scriptures. He's talking to the Israelites. That's who the Bible is written for. That's who the Bible is written about. Understand that. And get the other precept in Hosea.
Yes, sir. Hosea chapter 7, verse 8. Ephraim, he have mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned.
Ephraim is a cake not turned. What is a cake not turned? That's when you cook the cake on one time, on one side you don't flip it over. It's gonna be dark on one side. It's gonna be light on the other side. So you can never look at an individual and say, "Oh, look, they're not black, they're not Israelites." Though people that say that are ignorant. If you're not a Negro, if you're not what they say, if you're not Negroid, ain't that how they say it, Cap? If you're not Negroid, the Bible say something different. Though the Bible say we a cake unturned, and so you can't look at a person or distinguish a person based on how they look.
Right. It go by the lineage of your father.
Yep.
It goes by the lineage of your father. So if your father, it don't matter how dark or how light you are, if your father is one of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, and the spirit beareth witness with your spirit, like the things that they was bringing out happened to your people, that we brought out in the scriptures and the secular references that line up with the scriptures, you are of the children of Israel. All right? And I just want to hit one thing real quick, too, because we was bringing out a lot of these things about Esau and the atrocities that he did and different things like that. Don't get it twisted. It's not a hate campaign. It's a truth campaign. These things must be brought out in order to give the sight back to the blind, the people that's blind in the spirit, in the mental. Watch this. Give me 2 Thessalonians real quick. Give me 2 Thessalonians. These things must be revealed. Give me 2 Thessalonians 2 and start at verse 1. I brought this out last night too.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, by our gathering together unto him.
Because northern kingdom and southern kingdom is supposed to be gathering unto the Lord for the second coming. That's why we bringing out all this history and all this biblical facts that's lining up with secular references, proving that the northern kingdom of Israel, which is the Hispanic and Native American so-called, because that's so-called, that's not their true names. Their true names is the northern kingdom of Israel. It's Ephraim, Issachar, Asher,
Zebulun.
So on and so forth. Zebulun. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. That ye be not soon shaken in mind.
Because a lot of our people were shaken in mind. A lot of our northern kingdom brothers that hear about slave ships and think that's not talking about them. That's why these things were brought out today, so that we can all be brought back together again in the spirit of the Lord. Read on.
Or be troubled.
Or be troubled.
Neither by spirit.
Neither by in your spirit, thinking that you're not of the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Nor by word.
Or nor by the words of people telling you that you're not the children of Israel. Read on.
Nor by letter. As from us, as that the day of Christ is at hand.
Because the day of Christ is at hand. That second coming is almost upon us. Read on.
Verse 3. Let no man deceive you.
Don't be deceived. It's time to wake up. Scriptures say in Zephaniah 2 and 1, we must gather together. Let no man deceive you. Read on.
By any means. For that day shall not come.
What day shall not come? The second coming of Christ. The second coming of the black Messiah to deliver us out of this captivity. That day shall not come what? Except this must happen first.
There come a falling away first.
The children of Israel must fall. The children of Israel must fall and be scattered and lose their heritage and lose their understanding and be conquered, right? Did that happen? Yes. We're living it now. Read on.
And that man of sin.
And that what? Here's the point.
And that man of sin be revealed.
And that man of sin, that man of evil be revealed. So guess what? This isn't a hate campaign. This is the truth campaign, because guess what? This must happen. That man of evil, that man who did all these atrocities, that man that sit at the head of the congregation showing himself as God, needs to be revealed in order for us to go home. That's right. Is that it on that?
The son of perdition.
The son of hell. You see that? The man that needs to be revealed, the one who did all this atrocity to us, that's Esau.
Son of destruction.
The so-called white man.
Destroyed.
God says these things need to be brought to the forefront so that we can get the hell out of our captivity. So don't mistake it as a hate campaign. This is a biblical truth campaign. All right?
Right. And so one thing you got to understand is it's not about skin color, but how do we identify who the children of Israel are? How do we identify it? We read it earlier. Who know? How do we identify who the children of Israel are? I want the Issachar, bro. I want to see if you've been paying attention, bro. How do you identify who the children of Israel are? Issachar, yeah. You got a spiritual hand. Yeah, he got the mic right behind you.
By the laws?
By the laws, right? Huh? Nah. Hold on, brother. Hold on. You said by the laws? So if you were going through the earth right now, how would you know to identify? Well, that's the Israelites right there. How would you? What would stand out to them that would identify them as the Israelites?
You keeping the statutes, laws, commandments.
Close. Some of the customs, they still like the fringes and all that. I get that because Native Americans got the fringes. No other nation do that, right? They still identify themselves as tribes. They say they came from China. China don't identify themselves as no tribes. You know, that's the Israelite thing, right? So kind of, sort of, right? But that's not what I was looking for. What you got? The brother right here, you had your hand up. The truth. What your church say? Truth? Mr. Truth. What's your name, sir?
Shalom leadership, Julius.
Julius, okay.
By the curses.
By the curses of God. The scriptures say in Rome, and we read earlier in Daniel 9 and 12, it said there's going to be no other history on the face of the earth that can compare to the atrocities that happened to our people. The curses is going to identify that thing. And they're going to say, no, without a shadow of a doubt.
So then, so when they bring up the Holocaust, that's a light thing in comparison.
What?
In comparison to
light
what happened
thing.
to our people,
Hey.
the hundreds of millions that died, that's like a speck of dust on a scale.
Like that.
I see.
Like that. Believe that. Hey, and so you got to understand that. You got to understand that. So there's no doubt. And we've been scattered. We've been among these nations. But give me give me Amos chapter 9 and verse 9. Amos chapter 9 and verse 9. We got to repent, Israel. We got to repent. We got to come back to God's laws. We got to change our minds. As men, we got to be fathers. As women, we got to be wives. Learn to be wives. Learn to be mothers.
Check.
We got to relearn our laws. We got to relearn our customs. Amos 9 and 9.
Amos chapter 9, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
So the Lord said he going to command it. He going to sift. You know what I mean? To sift? Sift is like you got a strainer and you shaking it and all the impurities fall through, but what you want going to stay inside your basket. Go ahead, read it again.
For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
Among all nations. Just let you know, the Israelites cannot be just Negroes in America. The Israelites cannot be just Negroes on the west coast of Africa. The Israelites can't be just the Mexicans or just the Guatemalans or Panamanians neither. Because it says here that we're going to be sifted from among all nations. You see that? Because of our being scattered, right? The Lord say he going to do that thing. So I'm not worried about it. You know you an Israelite, come in, repent. Because the Lord going to sift the house. Go ahead.
The scriptures say that the children of Israel is like the sand of the sea.
Like the sand of the sea.
Which cannot be numbered.
Right, that's right.
So is Judah itself, the so-called black man here in America, as the sand of the entire sea when you look at the whole earth? No. It has 11 other tribes that make us as the sand of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, get that in Hosea real quick.
Hosea 1 and 10.
Get that in Hosea. I was sitting there trying to do something, but
Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Can you count the grains of sand that's on a beach? No. God says we're going to be as the sand of the sea. You put all 12 tribes together that they scattered, gave us different names, different nationality, different, calling us different things. They divided and conquered us, but when you put us all together, we're innumerable. Did I say that right? Innumerable?
Yeah, that's it.
Unnumberable?
Innumerable.
How the hell you say that?
Innumerable.
Well, that's close. That's close. Read it again.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered.
Which cannot be measured or numbered. When you put all 12 tribes back together, guess what? We become the majority again, which cannot be measured or numbered. Read on.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
So it was said that here in America. It said that down in Mexico. It said that down in Puerto Rico. It said that over in Jamaica, in Haiti, and all these various places where we are scattered. They say, no, you ain't the children of Israel. You're the Gentiles. Yeah. Y'all the Gentiles.
You see that?
Go ahead.
Ye are not my people.
Read it from the top.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God.
In those same various places is going to be brought forth that ye are the sons of the living God. Read on.
Then shall the children of Judah.
Then shall the children of Judah, which is the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, go ahead.
And the children of Israel.
Which is Ephraim on down, all the other 9 tribes, go ahead.
Be gathered together and appoint themselves one head.
Then we'll be gathered together. We'll all be gathered together as one people. That's what we setting up now. That's what we're doing now. We're gathering back together as one people again. It says, and we'll appoint ourselves one head. Who's that head, brothers? Y'all sound like y'all ain't too sure. They looking around at each other. Christ. Looking for somebody to agree. Brothers, who's the head? Christ. Who's the king? Christ. Who's the king? Christ. Okay, act like y'all know it. Brothers looking around like, is it Christ? Christ, right?
I'm the king, right? Nah.
Right, no, it's Christ. Go ahead.
And they shall come up out of the land.
And then we'll come up out of these lands. Go ahead.
For great shall be the day of Jezreel.
Great it will be for us in that day. All right, but we're doing the groundwork and the footwork for it now. That's why classes like this must come out. So the Northern Kingdom, which is the so-called Hispanic and Native American tribes, can understand that, yes, it's talking about you too. And you brothers that already know it's talking about you, y'all got to study this stuff so that you can bring this stuff out to your tribes who have not that understanding. All right?
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.